Hey guys, it's Bree. So in today's video we're going over my November TBR, guys. It is literally only 2 months before the end of the year, and if I'm being honest, it is November 10th and I'm barely filming this, and I also have yet to finish a book for the month. It's been that type of month, to be honest, but I'm hoping to get through a good amount of books, at least for the rest of the year. My goal is because, okay guys, I went through and I counted my books. I'm not gonna lie, this number is probably a little bit off, especially with all the new releases that are coming in. I have about 165 to 169 books left on my physical TBR for the year. That is more than what I started on this year. I started this year with 120. And it went up from there. Considering I've read so much books this year in general too, that is crazy to me, and we need to whittle that down. I know I'm not going to probably get through a lot, to be honest, because November is a very busy month for me, but I'm hoping to get through a good amount. So I have compiled my TBR, kind of odd in my opinion. I feel like this month is probably going to be a mood reading month, to be honest. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into what we have. Automatically on this TBR we are adding, I don't have the physical copy yet because it has yet to be released. It releases in 2 days. I think it releases the 12th. It is Skyshade by Alex Astor. I'm ready for that book to come out, guys, especially because I think like she literally likes to torture us and leave us on cliffhangers. So that cliffhanger, I've been waiting for that next book to come out, and I have a feeling there's probably gonna be another one, if we're being honest. So I'm ready for that to come out. I will be listening to it as soon as I get it into my hands and as soon as it releases. So that is one I'm automatically putting onto TBR because I think I only have 9 books here technically. So that will be my 10th. So the one book I decided to carry over from last month was, one book that I started and did not finish. But did I read through the rest of it? No, I didn't get that much into it, to be honest. But this one is actually one I'm very excited for, and that is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I have carried over Foxglove, I think, 3 times already in my TBR videos because I really want to read it. I'm only 70 pages in because I decided to put it down because I was in the middle of reading another series, which we will discuss in a minute. And that series kind of took over my whole October TBR, if we're being honest. So I have carried this one over because it's the one that I was a little bit more farther into. I'm not gonna lie, I did start another book and didn't finish that one either because I had left that one at work and I started a different book. But anyways, I really do want to get to this one, at least not by the end of the month, at least by the end of the year, because I really want to read Wisteria as well. It's probably a series I'm trying to finish before the end of the year, but I probably won't, if we're being honest. But that is one that's a little bit higher on my TBR priority. And then we have the 2 books that I've already started because, like I said, it's literally the 10th and I have yet to finish the book. So the first one we have is Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This one I really wanted like a cozy kind of fantasy standalone, especially because I have so many series in here that I'm trying to get through. This little thing, literally, this is my standalone card. Like, majority of these are standalones, and the standalones I have yet to get to, so I need to get to them as much as possible. But I'm only 30 pages in. This book is only 300 pages too, so I feel like I can get to it pretty quickly. I'm hoping to finish it by Thursday or Wednesday this week so I can go ahead and get along with my TBR, and I'm hoping I really like it. I've heard it's really good. This one in Sorcery of Thrones I've heard is really good, especially because I enjoyed Vespertine, but it wasn't one that I kept around, to be honest, because I wasn't like attached to it. So that was one I'm hoping to redeem her with that one because I've heard it's a really, really good novel. And then next we have Matthew Perry's Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. I love Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry was one of my favorite actors, and I've loved Friends ever since I was little. And this is one I've been wanting to read for a while, but I haven't gotten myself to read it. I decided to read it for the audiobook as well, so I'm only a chapter into the audiobook, and I already feel like crying, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, this is one I'm hoping to finish and get through. That more than likely I'll finish it and get through it before the end of the month because it's one of my favorite people of all time. So we'll see how I am emotionally after reading the rest of that book. Next one is the only other standalone in this TBR. I did want to do more standalones, to be honest. I will say the only other standalone I was thinking about putting on here was One for My Enemy by I'll Be Blank because it's very fall, but I didn't want to do too much, to be honest, because like I said, I'm trying to finish so many series before the end of the year or catch up with series. So That's what's happening. They're kind of on the back burner, but I'm trying my best. So I decided to choose A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Soft as that standalone because one, it's an Alcrate book because I'm trying to get through my Alcrate books. I probably will, after this year, stop my Alcrate subscription only because I have so many Alcrate books that either one, I know I'm not going to read, or two, ones I have yet to read because they're either series or they're just not my like mood to read. But there are books on there that I really want to get to. But this one was one I decided to choose because I feel like it'll be light, a little bit more of a light fantasy in my opinion, because it doesn't look like there's too much world building going on here. And I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's really good. So yeah, I'm hoping to love this one as much as I like a good amount of my other Alcrate books that I have read. I will say, majority of the Alcrate books I have read, I have loved. So hopefully that one is also it as well. And then we have the rest of the series and stuff that I have on this list. Okay, so the first one are the books that hijacked my October TBR. I put the first book on my TBR for October. Read that book, read it in 2 days, might I add. I'm going to talk about the rest of the series in my October wrap up. Read that one in 2 days. Read the second one in 3 days. The third one, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little bit more to get into, if I'm being honest, but that one I kind of ate it up towards the end. These books are freaking long, I will say, but I read them really quickly. This last book is 700 pages, and I feel like I can probably read it pretty quickly. And I'm not gonna lie, I did put these two together because it's a book and a novella, because like I said, I think I can get through them pretty well. That is the rest of the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas, guys. This series took over my whole personality the last couple of days, if I'm being honest with you. So, of course, we have Nightfall, which is the fourth book in the series. This one follows Will and Emery. I absolutely love Will in this entire series. I have loved him from the start, if we're being honest. And I cannot wait for to read his book and get through it. But like I said, she is chunky. She is 700 pages. But like I said, I went through the first couple ones like nothing else, so I feel like I could probably get through this one pretty quickly if I have the downtime and just sit there and read. I feel like I could get through this one pretty quickly. And then of course we have Fire Night, which is the ending novella of the series. I believe this one's set around Christmas, like around Christmas time. Not like Christmas is based off Christmas, but it's around Christmas time, I believe. And I'm very excited, especially after reading Conclave. I did read Conclave a little bit before the end of last month, and I'm ready for the rest of the series after reading Conclave, for being honest. So that is one series I really do want to get through and finish before the end of the year, and I'm very excited for. The next one we have, okay, so these two are series, when I talked about all the series that I have on my TBR, these two are series that have been on my TBR probably the longest, if I'm being honest, because I really wanted to continue on the series. I just never got the second book to them, but there are ones that I need to finish. So the first one is the second book in the Dragon Isle War series. This is Queen of Legends by Frost K. Court of Dragons was the first one, but like I said, for that one, it just took me a while to get, only because I didn't know if I wanted the hardcover version or the paperback, because they're so expensive for the hardcovers. So I'm like, you know what, I just got the paperback version so that I can go ahead and read it, especially because I feel like I'll probably get through this pretty quickly. I got through the first one pretty quickly because the first one was only 300 pages, and I feel like I'm gonna end up, I enjoyed the first one, so I'm hoping to enjoy this one as well going into it. So yeah, very excited for that. Then we have, okay, this one I had to put in this month because it literally has autumn in the title, and autumn is coming to the end, and that's Autumn's Trader by Hannah Parker. This also was one that took me a while to get because, one, it is the Bookish Box edition. Bookish Box, like I said, takes a while to ship out their things. They take a long time. So in my opinion, if you want to read it around its release date, I would just wait, to be honest, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if Autumn's Trader, I just need to also as well stop waiting on special editions before reading the book, because that's what happened to me with A Shadow Crown. I was waiting for that one to come in to read that book because I really wanted to read it, and then I had to get A Vicious Game in paperback. So I need to excuse me, so sorry, I need to stop doing that because I am literally what's it called, holding out on books that I feel like I'm going to end up really liking. So Autumn Trader is one of them. Like I said about this one as well, I was tempted to read the first book before going into it, but it does give you a recap on this one of the events of the first book, so I really don't have to go into it. And this one as well, the first book was only 300 pages. I think this one's only about 300 something pages, yes. But the bad thing about this one, I will say, oh, it's almost 400. The bad thing about this one, I will say, is that the third book does not have a release date. So we'll see going into this. Hopefully I don't leave off on a cliffhanger like we did last time. There was a little cliffhanger. If there is one, I'm going to riot. So that is one high on my TBR this year, to be honest, to finish before we end it off. Then we have King of Sloth by Anna Huang. One I'm trying to catch up on. This one I more than likely will eat through like nothing else because I absolutely love Anna Huang's books, especially King of Sin. King of Sin series is really, really good in my opinion. Do I love it more than Twisted? I don't know yet. We'll see after this one if we'll rank them, to be honest. But I'm very excited for this one because it's Salone and Xavier. Or Javier. Sorry, Javier. Because, I don't know. It's because it's spelled kind of how Xavier is. It depends on how you say it, I guess. I keep saying Xavier because it's how it's spelled. But I know it's also like Javier as well. But anyways, I'm very excited for theirs. Especially for the 5th one to come out as well. The 5th one comes out, I think comes out March or April or around that time. But I did pre-order that one, so I'm very excited to get into this one. It's going to be a series I'm catching up on as well, especially because I do want to read The Striker. I do have The Striker, so I'm hoping to get into that one beginning of next year, so we'll see how that goes. And then lastly, the book that I've been waiting to read is Ember Queen by Laura Sebastian. This is the final book in the Ash Princess series. So this one is also going to be taking off a series for me. I was debating on this one hardly, only because I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to read it for the month of December, but it's also a book I want to kind of check off my list, only because I really want to see what happens, especially the ending of the second book. I'm really, really, really pumped to see how it is. And I read the first couple books pretty quickly. These being, they're not lengthy books, but they are a little bit not small. They're like a 460. This one's like 460 pages. I went through the second one like crazy, to be honest. So I'm hoping to love this one and the conclusion for it as well. So that is all the books that I have on my monthly TBR this month. Like I said, I'm hoping to get through a good amount of these, but we'll see if I'm in a reading mood, no more than likely. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap, of course, of all the books we have. First, of course, we have Sky Shade by Alex Astor, which is the 3rd book in the Light Dark Saga. Like I said, I don't think it's the last one though. I feel like she has something up her sleeves, if we're being honest with everybody. And then, of course, we have Foxglove, which is the one I'm carrying over from last month. This is the 2nd book in the Belladonna trilogy. We have An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This is a standalone. We have Matthew Perry's Friend's Lover and the Big Terrible Thing, which is a memoir. We have A Fragile Enchantment by Alice Soft. Right Then and Near. Then we have the rest of the Devil's Night series. We have Nightfall and Fire Night, which I'm very excited for, if we're being honest with everybody. We have Queen of Nothing by Frost K, the 2nd book in the Dragon Isles War series. I believe it's only a trilogy as well. Autumn's Trader by Hannah Parker, which is the 2nd book in the, I think it's called the Several Realms trilogy or something like that. But yeah, we have that one. King of Sloth, the 4th book in the King of Sin series, and then Ember Queen by Laura Sebastian, which is the final book in the Ash Princess trilogy. So yeah, guys, that is all the books I have for the month of November. I am crazy, to be honest, about me wanting to add more books to this TBR. I know I should not, but like I said, there's so many books I want to get to before the end of the year, and I know I probably won't be able to, because like I said, these 2 are some of the most slowest reading months for me. But either way, I'm gonna have fun, see what I can get through, and enjoy my books. So that is all I have for y'all guys today. Let me know down below what your November TBR is looking like. Have we gone through a good amount of it, and which one of these should I prioritize this month as well? I will see y'all later. Bye.